Welcome viewers.
Hello.
Today we're assembling Carl's Lada engine.
Yeah, trying to get the bottom end assembled today.
Okay, and for reminding our viewers, what happened to it? Why are we rebuilding it?
The camshaft nut went loose, and then the timing was a bit off.
We can cut in a video of when Carl discovered it.
See vist on okk või?
Nope. It was actually driving, and I just stopped, went to a shop, and when I came back in, it didn't start again.
Okay.
And
it was actually running and driving, but
yeah. Then
But I think it was good that you discovered it, because you avoided the bigger catastrophic engine failure. So
I have all the stuff I need to rebuild this thing.
okay.
It's actually, I've already painted it. It was all rusty and
Yeah, it
looked ugly, but
it
now
looks really fresh.
it looks better, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, first thing we need to do is get the paint off the edges over here, so it's all straight and flush.
And seals up nicely.
Yeah.
Okay, so
all the stuff we need is over here. I have papers with prices. So
here's a comprehensive list of what you need to rebuild a Lada engine. So
it's quite expensive. So all the parts together, engine full rebuild is like 200 euros. What about your Audi parts?
I'm not gonna comment that. I think we cannot find any parts that cost under 200 euros from that pile. So
so what I have here is actually a box full of parts I need that they all add up just 200 euros.
okay.
So yeah, I have water pump, belts,
gaskets.
gasket set, all the gaskets I need.
So how much did this cost actually
I think
for you?
it was like 15 or 20 euros.
That's ridiculous.
Oil filter, new. I think it is oil filter. Yep, it is.
Nice.
What else? Rings for the pistons.
Are we gonna install pistons today? Hopefully.
I hope so. Yeah.
Nice.
So set of these, it says 30, but I got them like for 20, I think. And
Yeah.
crankshaft bearings.
Crankshaft bearings, right?
Yeah, they're in the paper.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show. Brand
Nice
new.
and shiny.
Smells
fresh.
camshaft bearings as well.
Komplekt.
Yeah, they're both komplekt.
Okay.
It's in Russian. We're gonna figure out which one is which.
Yeah, let's see about that.
Seals, front and rear for the crankshaft. So here's a pulley that was broken.
Oh yeah, actually,
We
yeah.
can show it later.
That was fatally
It was just like broken from here.
just blown out. I wonder how it was still going.
I don't know.
That's crazy. Chain tensioners. Let's
Yeah.
say they are chain tensioners.
Yeah, these ones, two of them. I think one was missing.
Yeah, I think we didn't find it when
Yeah.
disassembling.
When we were disassembling the engine. It wasn't this one.
I guess it's an optional part for this engine.
Actually, that might be the reason it
Why?
broke. So new bolts for the crankshaft.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always a good idea to
Renew, yeah.
use
New
Lada
bolts.
original.
Uh-huh. Pretty heavy.
Actually-
Yeah.
Actually, it's just a brand.
Original.
They just buy stuff from
All over the world.
all
Right?
over the world and just
Rebrand
put-
them.
Yeah. So that's the one of the heater hoses that goes into the interior radiator.
Yeah.
That one was rusted out, so I bought a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Might need to modify it a bit, but
Can we remember the viewers? How old was your car? What year it was produced?
73.
I'm amazed that you still can buy spare parts for it, like new spare parts, because I think the Audi that I'm building is like 1990, and I can't find half of the parts anywhere. Like they don't make them anymore. So
the reason why there are so many parts available is because Ladas are still produced today
Yeah.
that
and
have pretty much all the same
Same
parts,
parts
same
from-
engines.
from the 70s.
Nothing has. I think the 2107 still uses. They have different engines, but they have like.
Similar parts.
Yeah, I think the block is still the same, but they just have the injection stuff and everything.
Yeah, fuel
now.
injected, right?
Yeah, the head
Without-
head is different, but the block is still the same.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So
Start
start
getting-
with the paint edges, and if
Then we
this is ready, I think we're gonna flip the block, put the crankshaft in.
Yeah. Well, let's get going and see where we end up.
See what happens.
Put the engine to the stand and we can continue on working on it.
It's always a good idea to put.
Everything to the one box, right? Siin ei ole.
Oh yeah, these are
Yeah.
the ones I'm looking for. I'm just checking the old water pump. It's quite seized up.
That's not pumping anything
And
anymore.
The other fun thing is the aluminium over here is almost
Corroded out.
yeah, very thin wall left.
That's nasty.
It's probably 47 years old as well.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, we're back.
So let's get the first one in.
So, installing the pistons. And here it goes. So, we changed all the rings, oiled everything up, changed all the bearings, so fresh bearings everywhere. And Karl is installing the pistons back to the engine. And here we are, first one in.
So all the pistons are in.
Pistons are in, and again we're torquing to spec. How much was it?
Two stage again, 52.
First stage is 26.
26. The second is 52.
Okay, and after that I think the bottom end is almost assembled,
Yep. Easy as that.
and it took us only like few hours.
Couple of hours, yeah. Doing it first time.
Exactly. So I mean, if you have done it before, it should be pretty easy stuff.
Yep.
Right now we feel really confident, but let's see on the first startup. So I think there's nothing more else to it, and I think we can cut to the next clip.
So there it is, this little engine head with 8 valves. This engine doesn't need anything else. This engine doesn't need any more. So the first things first, gloves on, because my girlfriend doesn't like any oil underneath my fingernails. And I grab the washers and bottom plates of the springs. I give them a good wipe down, because I don't want any sand to go in the engine. Next thing, I grab the valve neck seals. First I just put them in place, and after that I grab the 13mm long socket. I just make sure I don't tap too much, because if they're already in right place and I keep tapping, they will lose the right shape and the oil will get into the cylinders. and that's one thing I don't want. I hope I don't need to take this head apart again. When all the neck seals are in, time to flip the head and start inserting the valves. So first some oil in the holes. So as everybody knows, shafts like to be oily, that's pretty basic. And goes the first valve. I was struggling to get it through the neck seals first, but I got it eventually. Same process with all the other ones. So the bigger ones, as you can see, one is smaller, the other one is bigger. The bigger one is inlet and the smaller one is outlet. I bought new outlet valves because the old ones were full of carbon buildup, like a couple of millimeters thick. All the valves are now in. Give my hands a little clean up. Time to flip the head again. So what's left? I think it's time to install the springs. Two springs for each valve. Smaller one goes inside, the bigger one goes outside, and the upper plate goes on the top. Giving everything nice wipe down. Again, don't want any sand to go inside the engine. And of course, oil goes everywhere. There's never too much oil when assembling an engine. So all the springs are in, plates on the top. It's time to grab my homemade valve spring tensioner. Didn't want to pay $70 for the special tool in store, so I just spent half a day making my own. Clamping down the head so that thing won't go anywhere. First I was struggling with the half moons that keep the upper plate in place, but I got it eventually and it went pretty easy with the last ones. Now I grabbed the rockers. At first I was a bit confused with the rocker springs, but yeah, there it is. Still struggling a bit, but I got it in. Perfect. Same thing with all the other ones, and the head is ready for a little cleanup with brake cleaner and my old t-shirt. Same thing with the block, a good wipe down, don't want any oil on the surfaces. So the head gasket perfectly in place and the head can go on the engine block. Perfect, everything lines up. Brand new head bolts over there, they go in with the washers. I just hand tighten them at first and after that I tighten them in the right order and torque to spec. Finally, the camshaft, that's where it all started. Brand new starts for the camshaft as well, and there it is, all assembled. Hopefully we can hear it running soon.